Yeah.
Okay, I have something for this. 2020 has been a rough year all around. Could y'all share some good vibes / good news that you've had this year to help brighten things up? So this this is going to sound very very silly, but at this was like kind of at Matt's expense, but only in a very like friendly ribbing way. Well, it's just that so you accidentally pre-ordered two Xboxes.
That's correct.
And you were like, whoops, I ordered two Xbox Series X's. Does anybody want the second one before I cancel this pre-order? And I was like, you know what, we'll probably we'll buy one for the Moonbase. Not that we use our Xbox One very much at all, but
now you don't need to.
Yeah, exactly. It feels like the kind of thing we should have around, right? And so then release day came and the shipping notifications went out, and you had updated the other one to be my address because I'm not in the office very much these days for obvious reasons. And then they were in a race. And mine arrived like a full day ahead of yours.
Yeah. So I had ordered one from Microsoft and one from Microsoft's web store and one from Best Buy. And I waited until, because they both said, we will charge you when it ships, right? So I waited until the first one to charge me. And then I was like, okay, I'll change the delivery address on the other one because it hasn't shipped yet.
Right.
And so I changed the address on the Best Buy order to you. And they both shipped. Like, I got shipping notifications for both of them on November 3rd. And mine had said, up until the point at which it shipped, mine had said it would deliver on November 10th, which was release day. And then the shipping notification went out. And as soon as it was in FedEx's hands, they got a hold of it, and then it was like, oh yeah, it's going to deliver on the 20th. We're FedEx. We can't be expected to get your package to Canada
Isn't that
in a
just
reasonable time frame.
That's just like your curse, though. Like
it is.
In the years of that I've been friends with you now, I don't think I've ever heard a story of like a console or a game showing up on the right day when you order it.
Oh, I know. I have the worst. I for a while the problems went away because I got Amazon Prime and I'm in Vancouver and there's like an Amazon Prime distribution center. There's two of them in the Metro Vancouver area, and so I was routinely getting things regularly on time. But that has degraded now to the point that Amazon doesn't routinely deliver things on time anymore. I had ordered the expansion drive from Best Buy, and it came on the 12th, not the 10th, even though release day for the Xbox expansion drive was the 10th. Anyhow, FedEx did ultimately deliver it on time, but of course the 11th is a holiday in Canada. And so when it didn't come on the 10th, and their shipping notification was like, actually, it's going to come on the 12th because we can't deliver it to you on a holiday. But then they did, for whatever reason, despite everything in their system and the customer support rep and everything being like, it'll deliver on Thursday. It showed up on Wednesday, which was great, but not until Graham had received his and sent me a photo, like, leaning on it, showing off the fact that he's got this Xbox that he doesn't even want.
So
it's a great photo, by the way.
The coda to this story is that I have whoa, that's very close. Hang on. There we go. Hi. I have this other angle with my green screen here, right? And this is just one of those like collapsible springy green screens, right? And I needed some way to keep it like up off the ground. So I've got my old Xbox 360 box there and the Series X box.
Amazing.
So that's
please tell me the Xbox is still in there.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Have you even opened it?
No.
No.
Finally, the Xbox legendary hugosity pays off.
I haven't had time to unpack it.
So you'll never know if that's one of those Series X's that you can use as a vape. Apparently,
I'm just figuring out. Just crack the box open and just use it as a vape repository.
Yeah. So I mean,
for the record,
the 360, by the way, is also in that box.
Nice.
Ah.
Yeah.
The presentation, when you unbox it, they've clearly been taking notes from Apple. The box presentation is very like, I opened my PS5 and it's exactly what you expect a console box to be.
There's
right?
no power
Like,
cable in there?
Yeah, it was a USB cable that I couldn't find, but it's just like a box, a tray of your stuff, and then the console in like a wrap and the packaging, and you just pull it out of the box. Like very standard console opening for the PS5. For the Xbox, you lift it up and it's like situated and presented to you in this like sloped enclosure inside the box.
Nice.
And so you can just reach in and like pick it up, and then like all of the extra things are in this like special sleeve that they've put in the back that has the sloping like lid to it. It's just like a nice user experience thing where they they actually like designed the box. Which
I appreciate that.
Yeah, me too. I was like, points. This is cool. I like having, when I've spent that kind of money on a thing, I like having it feel like it's a ceremony receiving it, right?
Yeah. Live unboxing when? Well, I needed to hold up my green screen is the thing.
They probably paid attention to the question of how many nerds keep their Xbox or their console boxes for further reboxing once they're done with it.
They have to have it look cool in the myriad of like YouTube unboxing videos.
Oh, right, yes.
Yeah. A couple people were saying that the vent on the top of it can hold up a ping pong ball with the Bernoulli effect. That is not true. That was an obvious Photoshop. Yep. Do you know how much air the Xbox would need to be moving out the top of it to hold up a ping pong ball?
The thing is, it's probably moving that the correct amount of air if you constrained it down to a vacuum-sized hole.
Yeah, probably. Maybe.
The reason it's got this big aperture is so it can have big fans, so the big fans can move slowly, so you don't have to hear the damn thing.
Yeah, it wasn't even Photoshop. It was just there was a thing holding it up. Oh, well, there we go. Just get the perfect engineering with the hacks there. Just get a lighter ping pong ball.
Yeah, just put one above your PS5. It can hold up its eye with its power of its mind.
Yeah, that would do it.
Does the PS5 have to be vertical?
No.
Okay. I was
just for people with OCD.
Okay, sure.
The stand that it comes with is like actually really, as with everything relating to the PS5 console itself, the stand that it comes on is way over engineered. It has like the top and the bottom slide independently of one another, revealing a little enclosure for the screw and a place to put your tab. And and when you rotate it, it changes like the orientation of the upside, like the top side of the stand, so that when it's in one orientation, it perfectly mirrors the slope on the bottom of the console, and on the other orientation, it creates a slot for your console to sit in vertically. Like it's ridiculously over-engineered. It is wild.
You saw their teardown, right?
Yeah. It's like I have to laugh because there've been like all kinds of videos on both, and it's like, all right, well the PS5, it's like, well, here's all the bits and how they all fit together, and it's all precision engineered. Microsoft's approach this time around was like, we took all the bits, we assembled them, and then we put a box around it. This
is the company that had on the PlayStation 2 the ability to change the orientation of your PS logo. Like they sweat the details.
Yeah.
To which I would also like that I should not have mentioned OCD in that particular fashion there. That was incorrect of me. What I meant to say was people who have a designery problem like myself.
I just can't condone it buying it yet. They've got to have that one title for me that grabs, because right now, like my PS4 has been a bona fide Netflix machine for the past couple of years at this point.
Yeah, the PS4 is our central media hub in our living room.
Yeah. So,
I cannot wait to get to Spider-Man.
The giveaway has just wrapped up, so hopefully those last-minute donations are coming through, and in a minute or two, we will be able to draw the winner of the Roxley Games pack for Guerrilla Marketing and Brass Birmingham. So that's awesome. Thank you all for those of you who entered that. And I'm just poking around on the Slack here to see if I'm missing anything. I guess I should mark that thing. I don't know if that helped. I thought it was a funny story. I don't know if that's necessarily some good vibes, but there you go.
Good content.
Yeah. I mean that's funny and good vibes.
Yeah. It was mostly just like the punchline of like, and now I'm using it to hold up a green screen.
Ben, you had a quick vibe story?
Yeah. I mean, I could talk. There's a bunch of good stuff that happened this year, honestly, despite all the bad. But I mean, like, so this year, hi Jordan. Nicole and I ended up getting our third snake.
Yeah.
His name is Miso.
Oh my god, that's adorable.
Yeah. So Miso is a baby.
I mean, you have a snake?
Yeah, right. You got to keep up the act.
Yeah.
You got to keep the bit going.
Yeah.
So, so Miso is a baby, like 4 or 5 month-year-old now, Kenyan sand boa. And they're very, very wee. We got it because we have a tank from our milk snake that it got too small for, so we moved it up to a bigger one. We just wanted one that we could put in there. And when we got them, they were like 3 or 4 months old at this point. So very, very small and just sort of learning to eat. And for like the first 2 or 3 weeks, we like couldn't get them to eat at all. And it was starting to get like really, really frustrating. And one day we wake up and we're like, all right, let's try and let's see if they ate. And we couldn't find Miso anywhere inside the tank. They had managed to escape through a tiny little vent hole on the top of the tank. And so Nicole and I spent the entire day like tearing apart our apartment, freaking out, and we didn't find him. He had disappeared somewhere into like the crevices of the house because very, very small snake. And so we were pretty bummed out about it. But then a couple of days later, we're just like eating breakfast, and Nicole's like, "What the hell is that?" And she like runs over to the radiator in our living room, and there's Miso squirming along on top of it, kind of a thing, getting the heat source. So we found him, which was awesome. And we're like, okay, so we like tapered off everything in the tank they could possibly use to ever escape. And we took down any plants because we're just like, we didn't really figure you were a climber. So now he gets all things that are just on the ground. And he has eaten every single week since, has had 0 issues, and is doing very, very well and happy and healthy and stuff like that. And I can definitely bring him on camera once somebody takes over once somebody decides to take over for like driving or something. If anybody wants, by the way, I've been doing this for like 2 hours now.
That's true.
If anybody wants to give it a test drive.
Matt, did you say non-good?
That is precisely what I said.
That's fair. I just thought I'd offer. The V key is going to be decimated on this keyboard by the end.
I need to figure out how to control the volume. I know there's a thing for that. I don't know where the thing is.
I searched volume in the Desert Bus Slack, and it was like the first one that came up.
Volume.
The Spider Band.
Mm-hmm.
Aha.
Also, we hit 90K.
Woo! Hey!